Alright, I want to show you surge exit today on Python. We had a losing trade on Python, but surge exit worked well. It's the way surge exit works, I talked about in previous videos, is it gets out when there's a sharp move in the direction of the trade. So as you can see, we got short on Python. The market went pretty much against us all day, and then when we had a surge in our direction, we got out at a smaller loss than if we would have stayed in until the close, because the market turned and rallied into the close. And so it's kind of like when you're discretionary trading. If you've ever discretionary traded, there's times you say, if I can just get back to break even, if I just get back to break even. This doesn't necessarily trade back to break even, but it looks for a surge in the direction of the trend. This also works. This is not just to get out at a loss, at a better price on a loss, but it's also gets out on a surge in a direction of a winning trade too. It doesn't discriminate against winners and losers. It's just if it's in a trade and it surges by a certain amount from a adverse point, and then it exits. In this case, it's a 10-point surge in less than an hour after the trade's been on for an hour. So you can see we had this surge in the direction. This is right. Let's see, the FOMC announcement was at 2 o'clock. So right here, the market kind of chopped around, and then it sold off, and then at about 10 minutes before 3 o'clock, the market, it got out, and then it turned and rallied, chopped around some more, and then rallied into the close. So pretty much a choppy day, pretty much a non-event overall. But this is how Python Surge works. If you haven't even downloaded that yet, you can download it for $29 and test it on your own strategies and see how it would work. It's kind of a variable trailing. It kind of works like a trailing profit target, if you could call it that, if you could think in those terms. And so I want to show you also that it might be a good time to start trading Python. Here's the equity curve. It had a good 2-year rally. It's been sideways since August of 2009. So for about a year, it hasn't been that great. But recently in May, towards the end of May to end of July, for 2 months, it had a pretty strong move. It moved about, let's see, 27,862 to, it had about a $5,300 move, and then it's pulled back a couple of $1,000 in drawdown. And so we're about 35 from the current equity value down to this point. It's about a $3,500 move. And so if you wanted to trade this, that's potentially one way to start trading this strategy. It has about a $700 stop loss. So you'd have to have 5 losers to get you out on this. And we've already had 4 in a row. We've already had 4 losers in a row, and that's something else that I also want to show you. Potentially in a way to start a strategy is to look at the trade analysis tab in the TradeStation performance summary, and you scroll down to the bottom and you see the winning series and the losing series. And we've already had 4 losers in a row. Looking at the periodic returns, these are the last 4 trades. We had 3 losers in a row, then 2 winners, and 4 losers in a row. So it's had a very low percentage of winners lately. Uncharacteristic, and so things go in cycles. It could cycle into a winning streak, but there's no guarantees of that. Just one way to start in a drawdown. So we could, we had a run up, and it's like, wow, we missed that run up. When can we get back in? Well, now we've had a drawdown. So when we've got also the beginning of a new month, and so potentially we could turn and get some more volatility and volume and trend into September after Labor Day coming up. So it could be the time to start trading Python. And so we've had four losers in a row 9 times in the past, and there's never been more than 6 losers in a row. So if we had 3 more losers in a row, that would be a new record. So it could potentially be a good time to start trading this if you're looking for a strategy that's been hot and then has cooled off some. It might be a good time to cycle into this now. So it's one strategy to consider as you go into September. The low frequency portfolio has had a profitable month. We were up slightly on the month. The Viper portfolio and the Capstone portfolio were down on the month, and so looking forward to September and some potentially new trends in September. Let's look at Cobra real quick. Cobra had a winning trade today, small winner. This bounce back, sell off, and then boom, bounce back. So after 2 losers in a row and then a previous winner. So Cobra is one of my other favorite strategies, and one of the ones in the low frequency portfolio that has made it profitable this month. So check those out. Check out the results, and let me know if you have any questions.